name's Meierhoff from SSC, the league trainer. The purpose of this video is going to be talking about a strength and conditioning program and why it's important to sport athletes. Strength and conditioning program should be specific to an athlete in the sport that they're competing competitively in. Should be specific to that sport, and the movements that you're doing should mimic the movements that they're going to be doing while they're competing in the sport. Today we're going to be going over a powerlifting competition program. My athlete is an intermediate level athlete. He's a novice in the powerlifting world. He's just starting to do competitions. So we've already started kind of the program. Before we start the program, I put this athlete through some general conditioning stuff, trying to do full body fitness, some conditioning, long distance conditioning, just to improve his cardiovascular health and get his body prepared for the stresses that we're going to put underneath him. If you're unfamiliar with powerlifting competitions, they are competitions where athletes perform the three big lifts: squat, bench press, and deadlift. They get 3 attempts at each lift, and their combined weight between the 3 lifts that they do successfully gets combined, and the one with the highest total in each weight class wins. Before we started this program, we tested the athlete on various movements. For power, we did vertical jump. We also did 1 rep max for strength for bench, squat, and deadlift. We're going to be using those numbers to base off our percentages that he's going to be lifting throughout the program, and then we're going to retest at the end of this 6-week program to see the improvements that we made and see if the program's working or if something needs to be changed. So this is a 6-week program. He's already completed the first microcycle, which consisted of 2 weeks of around 70 to 75% of this 1 rep max for 8 to 10 reps. We're doing 5 sets. We're doing 4 days a week, so for the first 3 days of the week, we're going to be focusing on 1 lift by itself. So 1 day is going to be squat, 1 day is going to be bench, 1 day is going to be deadlift. We're going to be doing some auxiliary lifts to further his fitness as an athlete. The 4th day is going to be a power focus and plyometric training. So we're going to be doing something like an Olympic lift, some plyometric jumps, some sprints, some interval stuff. Just you have to be focusing on the explosive movements in the type 2A muscle fibers and fast twitch fibers, and to increase the non-oxidative and oxidative energy pathways that he's going to be utilizing during competition. Today's workout is going to be the start of the 2nd microcycle, which means we're going to increase the intensity but lower the volume of the lifts. So we're going to be doing 5 sets of 5 rather than 8 to 10 reps. We're going to be loading the bar with about 85% of his 1 rep max, and then after we do the major lift today, it's going to be the squat. We're going to be doing some supporting lift that is going to better well around this athlete. We're following that same format for the rest of the days in this microcycle for the bench and the deadlift. 4th day, the plyometric power day, won't change much. I'm still going to be doing an Olympic lift, some sprints, some plyometric jumps, just again to condition his non-oxidative pathways and to better increase his energy production and recovery times. I've got my athlete behind me, Billy. Right now he's doing a 5-minute warm-up on the treadmill. Just a nice light jog. Start getting the heart rate up, start pumping the blood into those muscles, preparing them for the work that's coming, and to warm up the joints, get the synovial fluid flowing to the joints so that they're better protected for when he puts the stress on. So here we are with my athlete, Billy. Like I said before, been working with him for a few months just to increase his overall general fitness and to get his body fat percentage down a little bit. The last couple of years, he said, it's kind of been creeping up on him slowly. So why don't you go ahead and tell us why you want to get into the sport of powerlifting?
So in high school, I played football, basketball, and track, and was really into football and got into weightlifting with all of my buddies. And I really liked it, and felt like I was doing pretty good at it, so I wanted to get into start doing powerlifting meets. But in high school, I just never got the chance to do it. Life kind of took over. Got to college. I'm originally from a small town. Got to college where there's fast food and just kind of got into bad eating habits. Quit working out, and I gained quite a bit of weight from what I was in high school.
That's kind of what happens to everybody.
Yeah.
Get on your own.
So now I just kind of want to get back. I just had a little girl, so I kind of want to just get myself healthier for her. Kind of achieve some old goals I never got to achieve. So just want to get back into fitness.
Kids can be great motivation for stuff like this.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, we're going to start into a dynamic warm-up now. We're using a dynamic warm-up with targeting the specific muscle groups that are going to be used throughout the workout. Don't recommend any static stretching right now because it just puts a lot of stress on the muscles and it will actually decrease your muscle strength and just enhances the risk of injury. So he's doing planks right now. He's going to be doing about 20 seconds front plank, then side planks. We just want to get that core fired up because core stabilization is going to be really important when you start getting into the heavier weightlifting. That pressure inside the thoracic cavity is going to be key to being able to push big weights. From there, we're going to be going into some stretching, some high knee stretching, some butt kickers, and some skipping, then into kind of our last one will be hip thrusters. I like to end with that one on a squat day. That way you're really getting those glutes fired up, and so that they're the main movers in your lifts in the squat. So you pull that knee up high. Looking to go about 10 yards in this one. Okay, go ahead and turn around. Be doing that walking quad stretch now. We're adding that raise the hand up above just to get that mind-body connection and to start lengthening out the body. Once you feel good with that, a little bonus is you could raise up onto your calf and start getting those warmed up too. Now we're going to be skipping. Really want them to explode up. Try to get some height in there. Go ahead and skip back. Getting ready for that explosive movement of lifting those heavy weights. Now we're going to do one that I call under the fence, over the fence. There's kind of like a barbed wire fence. We're from Montana. We go over these all the time. So we're stepping up and over the fence, ducking down, going underneath the fence. Really getting those hips engaged so that we have the stability when we're doing the squat. Okay, go ahead and go back the other way. Okay, the last one's going to be that hip thruster. Like I said, this is a good one to end on a squat day. That way the last thing that you're warming up is those glutes and your posterior, trying to get them ready for the heavy lifting loads. See how he's going up, squeezing those glutes, holding for about 5 seconds, coming back down. Now we're moving into the main part of the workout. I got him doing a warm-up right here. He's set up in a power rack. We're watching for his depth, and we're going to move those bars up to the level that he needs, should if he fail, that those bars will catch it and be safe from collapsing all the way. Also here, you're just working on your form, getting everything fired up. We're going to do another warm-up with 135 on the bar, and then probably one more warm-up with like 1 to 2 reps, just under what his working set's going to be, just to prepare those muscles for those heavy loads. So this is going to be his second warm-up set. We got 225 on the bar. His working sets for the 5 sets is going to be at 265. So here we're just going to do 1 to 2 reps just to further increase warming up those joints and those muscles, getting them ready for the heavy load. Now we're starting the working sets. We've got 265 on bar, which is 85% of his 1 rep max. You can notice that we are using safety collars as well as the safety bars, just to ensure should he fail or something that would be safe to prevent injury. I'm also going to spot him. Today he's using a belt. I don't normally recommend using a belt when you're training for this until you're ready for competition season, but Billy did a lot of core stabilization training yesterday and he said he's kind of sore, so just for safety, we're going to let him use the belt today. There we go. Hold that. Up. Slow it up. There you go. Slow. Breathing. There you go. So you can hear his breathing there. He's taking a big inhale at the top, holding his breath on the way down, kind of pushing out but not letting the air escape to create that internal thoracic pressure so that his core is stable during. There we go, press that. Roll the leg down and slow it up. Press through the hips. There you go. Up hard. Up. Bicep. How'd that feel?
It felt good. Yeah, definitely that last rep was hard to get up, but
So I probably got a good weight. Next week's workout will be the same exact setup. So we'll probably keep the weight exactly where it is. The only time I would change it is if he did that 5th set and that 5th rep felt easy to him. If he could have got 1 or 2 more reps, he would add about 5% more. So our next workout will be the leg press. We're going to stay with the legs and full multi-joint movement. So we'll get that set up. So we allowed him to rest for a full 3 minutes, make sure his body's fully recovered. Now we're going to go into the leg press. We're going to do 3 sets of 8 reps, so we're going to increase the reps a little bit, but we're going to still be lifting a heavy weight, so we're overstressing the leg muscles here. This leg press machine, we do have the safety set in place. Really want to control that weight going down, explode up. That's working. So Billy just finished his 3rd set of leg press. We took a 2-minute rest in there. We're going to start doing high box single leg step ups. We're going to do 3 sets of 8 reps. We'll take about 1 to 2 minutes, depending on how he's feeling the rest in between. So you can see I like using a high box. It goes farther than squat would, so that you're training kind of beyond the limits. That way you're increasing your athletic ability. You can also see it's kind of taxing on the balance. So there's something to work on. He's bringing that second foot up there. If he needs to touch it to the box to balance, he can, but we're trying not to. And we're loading just one side, so again there you're working on stability, that core stability, and switch legs, do the same thing, do 8 reps. Like I said, we'll give him about a minute, maybe 2-minute break depending on how he's feeling, and we'll do 2 more sets of that. Load up. Control your weight down. Really use your hips to drive up. Hard work, isn't it?
Yeah.
Next exercise is dumbbell Romanian deadlifts. All the other workouts have kind of been quad big movers, so here we're going to isolate the hamstrings, really stretch them out, focus on pulling back up with those. We want to get a good stretch at the bottom, all the way back up. We'll do 3 sets of 8, resting about 1 minute in between each set. Keep that posterior chain tight. I like using dumbbells here because it keeps balance a little bit and helps. Our next exercise is going to be the push press. While this isn't included in the competition lifts, doing a full body lift like this where you have to stabilize and push weight all the way from your legs all the way overhead is good just for general fitness and getting that mind-body connection. And so we'll be doing 4 sets of 5 reps, so we're going a little bit heavier with this one, really focusing on getting that push and exploding all the way up, pushing through your head, keeping that balance. Explode up. There you go, push it through your head. Not using the power rack on this one just because it seems like some people get kind of claustrophobic inside there, worrying about if they're going to hit the sides or not. So we're going to give them a full 2 minutes rest since we're going a little bit heavier on this one. And then we'll have 1 more superset after this. Our last exercise, we're going to be doing a superset with calf raises and dumbbell with shoulder flies to the side and to the front. Calves are pretty resilient muscles, so we're going to load the bar pretty heavy. We're going to do reps of 8 for 3 sets, taking no time in between the exercises, and then in between each set we'll take a minute to a minute and a half break. We want to really squeeze at the bottom and top of these calf raises, utilizing the power rack system. That way he can just drop the bar and go. So here we're going to alternate between side raises and front lateral raises. Like I said, here we're going to be developing just a more well-rounded athlete so it can increase skill. Okay, so after that last exercise, we're going to go into a cool down phase. We're going to get on the treadmill, jog for about a minute or so just to kind of even out the heart rate. Then we're going to drop down to a walk and just allow your heart rate to get back to its resting normal state. Like I said, you're going to want to do about 5 minutes of that. This guy here, my athlete, is just going to cut it a little bit short just for video purposes. Then we're going to go into some static stretching to focus on the muscles that we used in this workout and stretch them out. My athlete here is very unflexible, so I definitely want him to do these stretches for at least 30 seconds a piece. We need that long just to get those lasting effects of stretching out the fibers. If you're looking at just doing it for decreasing DOMs or muscle soreness, 10 to 15 seconds is about right. So we've started with the forward fold. I like to start with this one, that way you can just bend down, relax, kind of let everything relax down, let your head relax, hamstrings, everything, just relaxing. He's going to go into downward dog pose. So it's going to be on the hamstrings, and then he's going to do a modified position where he's actually going to get a calf stretch in there. Like I said, each one of those we should be holding for about 30 seconds, but he's just going to switch pretty quick. Next one we want to do is called the figure 4 stretch. This is kind of a two-part stretch. You bend one leg straight, creating a figure 4. Reach out for that toe, get to a discomfort level, not to a pain level, and hold that stretch. Then you can bend over the other knee and stretch those hips out. After this, I want you to do a quad stretch. So you can tuck that knee behind you, or tuck that foot behind you. If this is tough on your knees, you can do this from the standing position. It's a little bit easier on the body. We're trying to get a full stretch of that quad, and also press that hip up. You can kind of stretch out your hip a little bit with the two. Once you do both legs, we'll go ahead and go into a butterfly stretch where you can put your heels together, bring them in tight, and press down with your elbows, stretching the inner thighs. Then we're going to go into a tricep stretch, which is just reaching one arm up and over your head and grabbing your tricep elbow with your other hand and pulling tension. You can lean to that one side just to get a better stretch in the lats if you need it. And then the final stretch that we're going to do is just a chest stretch where you're going to put both arms behind your back, grasping your hands together, and you're going to try to lift up high and get to that spot where it is stretching the chest out.
So that completes today's workout. Just a couple things I want to repeat, or things that I may have missed. This was a workout from the second microcycle in this 6-week mesocycle. This is the conditioning load phase of this athlete's program. The next microcycle we're going to decrease the volume again. We're going to be going up to about 95% of his 1 rep max. And we're going to be doing just about 1 to 2 reps on each exercise, and we're still going to be doing the supplemental body parts afterwards, and of course we're going to be still doing the power plyometric stuff on that 4th day. After that, we're going to go to his peak season, so we're really going to diminish everything. We're going to go just to working out usually 1 to 2 of his power movements for today. So, for example, we're going to be doing squat and bench press one day, and we're going to be working at his 1 rep max, and we're going to be doing 6 sets of that. And so we're really focusing on competition style stuff there. So he's going to be pushing out as hard as he can for a couple reps, and then so once he does that with squat, he'll go into the bench press, do the same thing, doing his 1 rep max, doing sets of 1, maybe 2. We're building a little bit of strength. We're really focusing on there, getting him ready for his competitions in the next month. Every strength and conditioning program should be planned out throughout the whole entire season and off season of that athlete. Should be broken down kind of pre-season, in season, post-season, off season sort of thing. Really trying to mimic the skill and power movements within that sport should be the goal of all strength and conditioning programs. They should not replace practice of skill development, but they should supplement it. Every movement should give the athlete the ability to increase their skill level in their specific sport. So for powerlifting, kind of a little bit easier. We know exactly the movements that he's going to be doing, so we're going to be doing those movements in the gym that can translate perfectly into his competition. With my athlete, since this competition is broken down into the weight categories, we have been working a lot in the previous cycles on controlling his diet and adding in some cardio. We're at the spot right now where he's lost a lot of body fat, so we're going to cut back on cardio, work more just on strength, but we're going to be doing those
plyometric and kind of a speed interval kind of things, so that'll keep his body fat percentages down and help burn those extra calories. And we've got his nutrition on point. He's eating healthier foods. We've got him not eating processed foods, not eating sugary foods. So that's really helping him. His energy levels are way up. So that concludes my video here. Thanks for watching.